Two of the foundations of the Grays range of reels are the GX500 and the GX700. These really are superb value for money reels with some very, very innovative features and very, very good design. Basically, with the systems, the GX500 and the GX700, they come supplied in a case. Good quality, die-cast aluminium reel. Very, very nice design features on it. It's got a large arbor, again, so it keeps that fly line in nice big coils, so you get the quicker line retrieve and the low line memory. Very simple. Screw off spool again that nut's captive. A lot of reels on the market, this thing just pops straight off very easily and you lose it. This is a good captive system. One of the design advantages on this reel over a lot of reels on the market is we have these two raised areas on the spool which allow a very, very easy push off of the cassette rather than you having to strain against it and pull it off. So very easy to get the spool off, a nice simple method of doing it. Again, on this particular reel, GX500, we have the pin identification system. This allows us to identify the fly line type, the size, the density and the sink profile. A really, really key thing on a lot of our reels going forward, they're going to have this pin system. Very, very good way of telling what sort of fly lines you've got. On the inside of the reel, we've got a good quality drag system that gives you a nice range of tension. It's a disc drag system. Left-right conversion, probably one of the easiest on the markets. It's a very, very simple cog that we take out and flip over. That's reverse the direction of wind from left to right. So very, very simple. Simply comes out, turn it over, and that's the drag mechanism changed. Again, all in all, for $49.99, available in two sizes, a 456 and a 678, GX500 is probably our best value reel by a long way. Moving on from that one, we also do a model called the GX700. GX700 retails from $89.99 for the 456 and is $99.99 for the 678. This particular reel, the difference is between 700 and 500. The 700 is a full bar stock aluminium construction for the cage and for the spool, so we've got a full bar stock reel. Similar screw off spool release. We have the pin identification system also on the spur spool, so we can identify the line by belly type and by sinking speed, etc. One of the big key things with this is that the spools are interchangeable between 700 and 500. So if you happen to buy yourself a 500 reel, then a little bit later down the road you decide you fancy going for the slightly better quality, lighter bar stock version, everything is interchangeable. You can chop and change your spools, your faceplate, your cage between 500 and 700. It's actually quite surprising how often you do that. I do that myself. I have both of these reels and quite frequently I'll end up fishing with a spool that I had up on a 700 on a 500. It's very, very convenient just to be able to chop between the two. So both GX500 and GX700 series reels carry this unique patented pin identification system. This system basically is a series of friction fit pins which fit into these little moulded holders on the back of the spool. This system allows you to accurately, cleanly and quickly identify the type of line on the spool from the size, the density and also the sinking profile. A lot of the fly lines we use these days look very, very similar. They're the same colour. You can't actually tell what the sink profile is. This system allows you to very quickly identify what they are. This system's reusable. If you change the line on the spool, we simply push these pins out with a pencil or a pen from the back, and then you can relocate them. You don't have to deface the spool, you don't have to use a marker pen, you don't have to use a sticky label which comes off when it gets wet. It's quick, it's reusable, it's clean and it's secure, and it's available. It's on both the GX500 and the GX700 series reels. Doesn't matter whether you're a pleasure angler who just carries a floater, an intermediate and a sinker, or if you're like myself, you do a lot of competition fishing, a lot of still water fishing, and you have upwards of 20 fly lines. At the end of the day, we all suffer from the problems of mixing fly lines up on spools, not knowing which sink rate's on which spool. This system, quickly, cleanly, efficiently, and at a good cost, allows you to identify all of those spools and all of those lines very, very easily, so you don't need to get your lines mixed up again.